All right, come on in. We are making a hot and nutty tofu and grilled veggies. This dish is loaded with protein. It has 25 grams of protein per serving. Okay, so let's get into it. These are the ingredients that we need. So for the tofu, you're gonna need a package of super firm tofu. Just make sure you get the super firm because it has that hearty texture. Now for the hot and nutty marinade that we're going to marinate it in the tofu, you're going to need 2.5 tablespoons of grated ginger, 2.5 teaspoons of rice vinegar, 1.25 teaspoon of garlic, minced garlic, 3 tablespoons of Sriracha sauce. That's going to give it that hot and spicy flavor. 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. Okay, now this is going to give it that nutty taste. And it's gonna, as we all know, peanut butter is loaded with protein. So this is gonna help boost the amount of protein content in this dish. 4 tablespoons of soy sauce, low sodium, 5 teaspoons of coconut sugar, 1/2 cup of water. Okay, now for the grilled veggies, we're gonna need 1 large green bell pepper, 1 large red bell pepper, a large carrot. To season the grilled veggies, we're going to use some water, 2 tablespoons of water, 3 tablespoons of lime juice, 3 teaspoons of coconut oil, and 2 teaspoons of maple syrup. All right, so let's get started with making this hot and nutty marinade. We're going to start by combining all of the solid ingredients first. So we'll put in the fresh ginger, the sriracha. Okay, next we're gonna add in our peanut butter. Okay, and then we're gonna add in our coconut sugar. And let's mix all these ingredients up, give it a really good stir. Okay, next we're gonna add in our liquid ingredients. So our rice vinegar, our soy sauce, and our water. Okay, thoroughly whisk this together. Okay, make sure you get around the sides. Okay, now on the tofu, now this is super firm tofu, so there's not a lot of water in this tofu, but I tend to press it just to remove any excess water. Press it down with some paper towel. All right, and we're gonna cut this tofu into large chunks. Okay, now in a large container, we're gonna put in the tofu. Okay, I'm gonna give this one last stir to make sure all the ingredients are fully combined and not separated. Make sure it's all the tofu is fully coated. I'm actually gonna use my hands because I don't wanna mess up the tofu too much. So you're getting a little dirty. Okay, so this is perfect. So we're gonna refrigerate this for about 2 hours, so that way the marinade can set within the tofu and it absorbs all the flavors. After the tofu has marinated for at least a couple hours, let's see what this thing looks like. Okay, so the flavors should be fully immersed into the tofu as much, absorbed into the tofu as much as possible. So we're gonna go ahead and arrange the tofu on a pan. Make sure you lay down some parchment paper on the pan first so it doesn't stick. Okay, you're gonna bake this in the oven on 400 for about 35 minutes. Okay, so we can save this extra sauce because this, you definitely are gonna want some extra sauce on top of the rice. Okay, so after 30 minutes in the oven, this is what it looks like. Okay, so it's really nice and crispy. It's okay, you see the little burn spots, but that's all right because you want a little crisp to it. Look at that, it looks really good. Okay, next we're gonna prepare the grilled veggies. So we're gonna start off by preheating the pan to a medium heat. You can use a grill pan because that will give, if you have one available, that will give it more of that grilled flavor and texture. Okay, so we remove the core of the pepper. So make sure all those seeds are removed. And we're gonna cut this into thick slices. Okay, this is a good size right here. Okay, now because this is a really large pepper, if yours is like medium size, you can leave the slices as is. I'm gonna cut this in half so it's more manageable. Okay, now do the same thing with the red bell pepper. Cut it in half, cork and the seeds. Okay, next let's cut the carrot. Okay, you're gonna cut this into thick slices as well. You can cut it like a slant so you can get those diagonal oval looking shape, and then cut them in half like this. So that way they can kind of match the size of the peppers. So we've cut all our veggies. So once the pan is hot, we're gonna add in our veggies. Okay, and then pour over the water over the veggies. And we're gonna let this steam for about 10 minutes. All right, so let's check in on our veggies. Okay, this is good. You can test out the veggies with a fork, especially the carrots. Okay, if you can put a fork slightly through, that means they're good. They're slightly tender. But if you like yours softer, you can just cook it a little longer according to the way you like it. Okay, so we're going to combine the last few ingredients, the lime juice, the maple syrup, and the coconut oil all into one, and mix this thoroughly together. Okay, just like that. And turn up the pot really high, on the highest possible. And then we're gonna pour this liquid mixture into the pan. Okay, and we're gonna cook this on high, uncovered, for about 5 minutes until all of the liquid is evaporated. And it will get a little slightly scorched, and that's okay because we want that grilled look and flavor. All right, so after about 5 minutes on high, you can see that, oh my gosh, first of all, it smells really good. You can see that it's slightly scorched, which is good, and the mixture that we made is all absorbed into the peppers. It has a nice little caramelized look to it, especially these carrots. Okay, this is perfect. You can turn this off. And now we're ready to serve. Okay, so there you have it, a hot and nutty tofu and grilled veggies. Full of protein, yeah, about 25 grams of protein in this meal alone. Super delicious. You guys are gonna enjoy it.